Hello everyone, welcome back. So you can see I'm playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe again, and today I'm going to be showing off the Villager and the Crossing Cup, which is named after Animal Crossing, which is where the Villager is from, obviously. Yeah, as you can see in the brief moment there, that my score in these final ones have not been great. And I actually have zero knowledge of Animal Crossing, so I don't know which of these really fits with Animal Crossing. I would imagine the City Tripper, the one, maybe even the Sneaker. I have no clue. The Beetle, maybe. The Beetle might. It seems like an Animal Crossing type thing. But yeah, I'm just going to assume... Where is it at? Mr. Scooty. Mr. Scooty might be. I don't know. Yeah, he looks like he fits on Mr. Scooty. Let's just go ahead and do that one. And they got leaf tires. I think those are the only Animal Crossing ones. Then, of course, this has Animal Crossing on it, so that's definitely the one. And there it is, the Crossing Cup. As you can see, you've got the GameCube one for Baby Park. You have the GBA Cheese Land, which is always funny. You have Wild Woods, which is actually a really cool map. And then you have Animal Crossing, which actually changes depending on the season. And you can actually change the season by holding different buttons, but I don't know the combination, and I don't know if it works in the Grand Prix that way. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started. As you can see, this track is very different from the others. It is pretty much just one continuous loop that takes about 10 seconds to get around, as you'll see in a second here. So it's definitely a standout, unique map, or track. I switch between those three. I call it a track, a stage, a map. It's all of those. It's one of those things. One or all of them. But yeah, as you can see, I'm already on the second side, and then we'll just go ahead and dash around here, and look at that, the finish line. So yeah, obviously with this map, or track, again, just did it there, with it being shorter, you have 7 laps to take instead of the typical 3. Oh, look at that, right behind me. And then, of course, with everyone having to be so close together, you run into a lot of people who are really far behind you in like 12th and 7th place, and they look like they're in front of you, but obviously you're still in first. But it's very confusing, because you don't know if somebody's passing you, if they're going to be actually in front of you, or if they're just kind of like 10 spaces behind you. Very hard to tell. It's kind of chaotic. As you can see, it comes and goes pretty quickly. Oh, I had perfectly timed that one. I actually had no way of knowing whether that shell was coming at me or not, but I just went ahead and assumed I was right. Oh. As you can see what I did there at the last second, I pulled over to those people to try to pull them into the effect. And it worked. I was able to knock them out too. I don't know what place they were in. Maybe I just more solidified their loss. But they could have been coming up to me. You never know. Just going to blow that just in case. And look at that. He is very happy about that win. I don't blame you, little guy. In one of those matches where the RNG doesn't completely ruin your game. It's very rare. Alright, here we go. The mythical Cheese Land. Yeah, this one's very interesting. Also, this turn specifically on the 200cc is near impossible to play correctly. I usually just try to jump over the little back area and kind of glide down. Yeah, there's just a lot of drifting that is made almost entirely impossible in 200cc. Because as you can see right now in 150, it's really not that difficult to drift around corners. Oh, kind of proved myself wrong there on that hump. But yeah, it's not incredibly difficult to drift around corners on this, but on 200cc, you'd think, oh, it's only 50 extra. What could that do? Oh, it does a lot. I'll tell you that much. Almost like the game wasn't meant to be run at that speed. Because corners like this, the moment you start drifting, you just slam into the wall. It's just really not fun to play on that mode. Again, as I mentioned in one of my earlier ones, it's like playing Devil May Cry on turbo mode on like Devil May Cry. That's the name of the game. On Dante Must Die or something like that. Because it's like, oh, this already difficult thing, let's just go ahead and make it even more incredibly difficult. Like, you see that drift that I just did right there off the speed boost? On 200cc, I would have slammed right over the edge or into the fence. So yeah, just a lot of turns that become impossible. Yeah, that one there I need to stop doing. These tires don't grip as well, and the character weight doesn't really hold them down. This is another thing I mentioned that I didn't even know, is that characters have weight. I thought they were just cosmetic. I didn't know they actually... I thought it was just the cart and the wheels and all that. But nope, it's the character as well. So if you're playing as Bowser, he has more weight, but I think his acceleration or speed is higher. I don't know which one it is. But they have different stats depending on their weight class, which is all very complicated and is not mentioned up front. It's like checking IVs for Pokemon back in the old days. It's like, yeah, you just gotta know whose weight gives them what attributes. And it's like 10 different attributes too, so it's a lot harder to keep track of in your head. Hopefully I hit somebody with that shell. Now that is also a risky move if there's a wall directly behind you, is throwing the shell behind you. Because I've had times where it just bounces straight back and hits me. And it usually only happens when I'm already mad at the game. When I'm already not having fun, and I just keep getting hit by shells over and over, like right there. Just wasted a music box. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to glide over. Oh, thank you. The one time I'm happy to see a blue shell. It might actually save me here. Come on, drift around, King Boo! Haha, there we go. Yeah, see, that's a strategy that probably would work, is just letting somebody else get in first place so they become bait for the blue shell. Obviously, it's risky, because you can just end up flat out losing the race. But yeah, as you can see there, it actually helped me out. So that is one of the few times I've actually been glad to see it. Because usually I'm in first place, so the blue shell is the worst item for me to see. Yeah, as you can see here, as I mentioned in my previous video, how Mario Kart 8 added the traversal and all of that. It allows for very cool maps like this, or tracks, where, as you can see, we're just on a big tree right now. And the start of the race, you're already hanging sideways. So yeah, very cool level design. Really shows the innovation of Nintendo. Oh, drifting around. I'm gonna take this path over here. Yeah, that's another scary thing on the 200cc, is that when you go over jumps like this, you can press the jump button at the proper time, it'll give you a speed boost. On 200cc, you sometimes even avoid speed boosts, but then on top of that, avoid also doing the jump bonus. Especially in spots like this, you'll just keep slamming into the walls. Which is already kind of hard to not do on this difficulty. But yeah, 200cc is it's just not fun to play for me. I'm not that kind of guy. Like right there, that drifting I just did, completely impossible on 200. Yeah, as you see right there, I pretty much had to waste those coins just to hold the banana behind me, so that way the shell wouldn't knock me out. Yeah, that's another thing I learned in this game. Didn't really have that strategy down in Mario Kart 7. Oh, okay. Oh, it must have hit. That's another one, by the way, that I should mention. There was a little barrel behind me that I turned in front of at the right moment, and the red shell actually ran into it. Which is something, if you know there are items on the map that it'll run into, you can actually drive in front of it at the last second, and the red shell will keep following you, but it'll follow right into the item. So it'll actually protect you if you don't have anything on you that'll stop it. Oh, here comes the blue shell. I can see it on the minimap. At least it's hitting a couple people on the way up. Just frustrating. Just a frustrating item. As you can see, I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. Because obviously, if you're going faster, it takes longer to reach you. But yeah, there should be more ways to stop it. So I think just having, or maybe just increase the rate that music box drops. So it's just like, once you're in first place and you see that coming in, it's like, oh boy, guess I just lose now. And the even more annoying part is that when you have the music box, the moment the lightning hits you or the ghost comes up, it's like, nope, it's gone. There was your one defense to be able to take out the blue shell coming in. See, like right there, when I got hit like that, if a blue shell happened to be coming in at that moment and I had the music box, would have completely ruined my run there. But luckily, I'm actually going on 3 in a row here. I guess this little baby scooter is working in my favor. Here it is, Animal Crossing. As you can see, it is in the fall season. You got Nook's Cranny. That's a funny store name. Alright, let's do it. Got Donkey Kong back there. Always a threat. Yeah, I feel like there should just be more strategic items put in here. Like, add more things in the music box. Like, the Chomper, I think, can hit blue shells as well. I know it can hit things smaller than the blue shell. I don't know if something that important can be hit by the Chomper. But it would be nice. So far, I think it's just the music box that can stop it. And then, as I mentioned, annoying things like when you get hit by the ghost or the lightning or something like that, that can take it away as well. And as I mentioned on the Zelda map, you actually, when you pick up coins on this one, they're the little... Oh, let me avoid that. They're the little Animal Crossing currency. As you can see, the little bag in the corner. So yeah, I definitely like little touches like that. Because really, they could have just had it as a map and wouldn't have mattered. I was trying to get in front of that apple so that it would knock it over. Yeah, those little things that fall into the map actually change depending on what season it is. Like, oh, come on. I think it might be like snowballs or something in the winter. It might even just be pumpkins in the winter. Oh my god, look at this. And, oh, thank you. I actually had the invincibility frame still. Yeah, as you just saw there, got hit with a red shell, got hit with a green shell. The blue shell was coming in. But luckily I was in the invincibility frame, so it didn't do anything. Still, look at that. There's 3 shells in a row that I could have just been completely demolished by. It's definitely... Oh, so busy trying to avoid the red shell, I ran right into that one. Yeah, I think I did get it to dodge into the banana. Let's keep this drift going, baby. Ooh, there we go. Yeah. And then once I get into the air, use this mushroom after that boost. Nice. Maybe I can pull this back around. Maybe get the 3 stars for once. Yeah, and some of these stages I actually do pretty well. But as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, a lot of the times I'm using carts and characters that I specialize with. Oh, you are so dead, Link. Look at that. Oh, no, Morton. No. Woo. Oh, I just barely missed that green shell. That was way too close. Yeah, that just shows the RNG element there, that Link didn't have a defense item and I had a red shell, so too bad for Link in that scenario. Yeah, that's just the way Mario Kart works. That's how Mafia works. Level 1, Baby Mario. Level 100, Golden Mario. Alright, let's check some of these epic replays here. Alright. Not the most exciting part of the replay there. Oh, look at him. He is having a blast. Those dead eyes. And we got a gold trophy. Show me those stars. 3 stars. Nice. Finally pulled it back together. Alright, let's see what the loading screen will change to. Oh, nice. I haven't seen that one yet. It's the Mario circuit. Oh. It's fighting with Bowser. Alright, so that was the Villager on the Crossing Cup. I'll probably be back to do the 4th one, I would imagine. I'm already 3 videos in, I might as well just do the 4th one. And then I have some more Smash videos, and Kingdom Hearts is coming out soon, so... A lot in the tank here. You got Obi-Wan and General Grievous in Battlefront now. Probably going to play as them at some point. They've probably been there for a while, but I just haven't played that game in forever, so I have not seen them yet. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then.